All right, it's a gang in here yet. They're slow coming in today.
Tracy's here. That's the only gang we need.
Yes, Tracy. Oh my goodness, this is good. All right, we'll wait for some people to roll in here. Oh my goodness. Well, we're normally today is our was supposed to be our non-public one.
That's right.
Not that it matters, but it's good.
That's right. That's right. So this is we decided, since we had a special guest Doné on yesterday and everything else, that we'll just do a regular show.
If you're in the comments, let us know if you enjoyed Doné being on the show. So
yeah, I don't know if we can see them in the comments because the all right, here we go. Hey Kay. All right. And Ginger's here. Very good. Teresa. All right, the gang's filing in. You know, the thing is, it's like I was just telling Gene and Tracy, apparently, that since we had on a special guest yesterday, that we'll do a regular show today. There was a lot we didn't cover.
Yes. Actually, a lot of important stuff, and so we and some of the funny stuff. Later on, we'll talk about the Panda Express thing and the Clarity Act. And we have I don't know if you told some of the insider group, we have a debut video that we will debut here that will go on to Facebook and everything else later on. All right. We got it.
All right, let's see.
I'm laughing. It's just like it's slow coming in today. It's all good. No one cares.
Bill is here. Cheryl. Very good. Very good. And apparently Tracy has come back. She was on a long expedition like Lewis and Clark, and I think she's finally back. She's finally either back home or back in the good old US of A.
All right. Alaska's USA. That's good. Alaska.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, we claimed it.
Gene, there's so much talk constantly about, well, nothing's happening, nobody's getting arrested. My ex-mother-in-law that gave me so much trouble, she hasn't been arrested, so nothing is happening. And that is just not the case, especially with Congress.
No. Okay. So not you, but everyone thought it would be one way. It's another. But
right.
This is a great tweet here. Next Congress will for sure not have, and list all these people, Thomas Massey, even people on the left and the right.
Right.
Eric Swalwell, Mitch McConnell, all of these people. Now, going along with your thought.
By the way, Gene, put that up real quick for a second. Chris Lash is Dana Lash's husband.
Oh, get that out of here. Okay. That's what I did not know. I did not know that. She's got a great show. Really great show. All right. Well, that's good. Okay. So here is a reminder that Dave and I want to reiterate to everybody.
Yeah.
There has been the voice of people saying, oh, okay, we're going to go take all of Congress, line them up, put them in Gitmo, and get rid of all the Congress people and replace them with what? I don't even know. But what Donald Trump has done, and I have been there since 2015, he's taken it and transformed the Republican Party, I hate to say to his liking, but to his liking.
Yeah.
And the ones that fit in are out. And now we're at year 8 of this purging of it. And it's a Congress and it's a Senate that for the most part votes the way Trump wants them to vote.
Yeah.
And Massey was out.
And the ones that don't, there's nothing that's going to stop this agenda that has to be pushed forward in order to give this nation a sufficient amount of time into the future. And these people that are standing in the way, like John Thune, come on, man, smarten up. You see everything else that's going on around you. I mean, what do you think?
Oh, now, a reminder to everyone, because we played a video yesterday with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and the thought process of it was, this is not about Donald Trump putting everyone in there that just loves Donald Trump, been MAGA since the beginning, all this stuff. That's not the deal. The deal is anti-Trumpers, never Trumpers. Lindsey Graham was a never Trumper. He ran against Trump for president. But Donald Trump uses these people and say, which way do you want to go, basically? Do you want to do this? And sometimes they might balk at him or whatever. But for the most part, these ones are aboard on the Trump agenda. And that's really, at the end of the day, what we want. We want these people to vote his way, whether they hated him or couldn't stand him or were never Trumpers. This is how it works. Marco Rubio
I was just going to say Marco Rubio, little Marco, the hand jokes, the hand and all thing, of this stuff, right? Sending him bottles of Trump water. Remember that?
You know, the one thing that Trump said about him, he goes, how stupid is this guy? He can't even be corrupt. He still has the same small house and everything. He said that a long time ago. It's like he doesn't even know how to game the system to become rich. Marco Rubio, I tell you what, that guy, I like that guy. Marco Rubio, man.
Well, yeah, because he when he speaks, it's like Trump. You know, it's off the top of his head, but he's well, versed on what he's speaking about. It's like he's got all of this knowledge that's stored up there, and he's able to eloquently put it forward. Unlike others that seem very rehearsed.
Yes. Dave, did you slip a photo into the show here?
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to do is this. I got a whole situation here with my little lion, Pumpkin. Gene, can you show Pumpkin's picture real quick?
Yeah. Okay.
This is my guy. I've adopted him. He's Pumpkin Blaze. And this is him after eating like a full course meal, yet he wants more. So now he is requesting a special kind of cat bowl, so he doesn't have to really like bend over too much. Yeah, show that little picture there. Here's the cat bowl. So it's a little elevated. It's got little cat ears. It's nice and wide, so it doesn't bother his whiskers. So this is what he forced me to order today, so he can have it for tomorrow.
Okay. Reminder, guys, tomorrow is Friday. We would love to do this.
Yes.
Even, you know what? If you have other pictures, we'll even accept that. We actually love doing that. And Dave is even showing pictures of his pumpkin again. So anyway, reminder, there are rules to this. Please put in on the subject line, Dave, right? It has to say, I'm trying to read it. Subscribers.
All it has to say is Subscriber Friday in the subject line, and then it automatically goes into a special folder of all the pictures that we gladly sell to data collectors and the FBI. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, info@georgemagazine.com. Your name, your pet's name, and something about him. Okay, this is good. So we'll do that tomorrow, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. All right.
Yeah, well, he watches all these westerns now. He's got me watching the Me TV and the INSP channels. There are all these westerns on. And this morning he walks in from outside. He comes in. He's got a little cowboy hat on. I was like,
we need a cowboy. Dave, I think I'm going to have a fat intervention with your pet.
He's big boned. He's husky. He shops at the husky department.
Does he? Does he have cankles?
No, he does not have cankles. He's just a husky boy. He wears husky.
All right. Good to see everyone rolling in. Everyone's slow coming in today. It's fine. It's Thursday.
We share because aside from this silliness, we have some important stuff to go over.
Yes, very, very, very important. Okay, You ready to do the show, Dave?
And don't just say that you shared. Really share the link to the show. It's good. It builds you up too.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, you ready for
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
here we go,
Billy's
guys.
a tabby.
Yep. All right. Hey, Blaze. First up on the dispatch. Remember, guys, the dispatch, you get it for free. Just go to georgemagazine.com, sign up for free. And then each Monday through Friday, you get an email with the day's leading stories. This is the headline for today. All right. Trump says we're freeing up Cuba following Raul Castro's indictment. Okay.
Right.
Dave, your thoughts on all this stuff going on here?
Well, we have effectively, with the Cuba has agreed to accept $100 million in aid from the United States.
Okay.
So this is a big step because, of course, there's going to be strings attached to that $100 million. So that's why Trump was saying today that, and I'll wait for the video.
Yeah.
That, he was saying there's not going to be any military escalation. They're falling apart.
Yeah. Well, normally when they don't fall, when they do have problems, China or Russia, I believe, comes to the rescue, right?
Yes.
That's what normally happens. But
yeah, well, that was the whole thing with the Bay of Pigs back during Kennedy's days, and with Khrushchev and banging his shoe at the table at the UN and all that nonsense. That was because they were locked into Cuba. And
right.
we've got Russia and China out of our hemisphere now. Guys,
everyone else, quite frankly, has bigger problems. China has an energy problem because of the oil. Guys, just so you know, Ukraine is bombing inside of Moscow. Think about it this way. Russia invaded Ukraine, but Ukraine is now invading Russia, so to speak. They don't want their territory, but they're actually bombing way inside. Moscow over the border, Dave, I'm trying to think about it. It's like 500 miles. It's almost like the width of Texas, so to speak.
Okay, so let me tell you what the Ukrainians are doing. First of all, the Ukrainians came up with it on their own, special technology for drones.
Right, they're the leader in drone technology.
Yeah, the leader in drone technology.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable, but they needed, in order to penetrate deeper into Russia, they had to figure out a way how to get the drone past any radar elements or so on. So what they're doing is they're attaching these drones to weather balloons, and they're flying. They got the weather balloon. It has a little motor and a propeller on it that directs it. Anyway, so they send these things way up into the upper atmosphere, and they just glide across over Russia, and then they release the drone, and the drone comes down and flies and finishes the mission.
So now you have to understand this, that, okay, nobody is like coming in 500 miles into the border of the United States and like attacking us this way.
Right.
It is devastating if you are in Moscow and you're like, wait a minute, I'm just saying, we're invading them, and suddenly they're here with their drones?
Right.
All right.
Right. So you know what Russia's doing? Russia is trying to load up Belarus with real, nasty stuff. And so Ukraine might do a preemptive strike on Belarus. Well, because this is the kind of stuff that's going on. And meanwhile, Putin is afraid that there's going to be a coup and he's going to be taken out. So he's already thinking about places to hide.
Belarus, very, very beautiful girl I used to date in high school. So that's good.
Oh, so they should leave Belarus alone?
Leave her alone, man.
Because you dated some Belarusian?
I didn't date. I never dated in high school.
Yeah, all right. So you were infatuated from afar. I was infatuated from afar, but I never had the courage to actually speak to her.
All right. All right. So she's got cankles now. Don't worry about it. All right. Do you want to do this video here? All right.
Yes.
1 minute video on Cuba. Here we go.
DOJ announcing new charges against former President Raul Castro, along with 5 others. The charges are connected to the 1996 attack when 2 aircraft are flown by the Brothers to the Rescue, a Miami-based group that helped Cuban refugees fleeing during the country. 4 people died, 3 of them Americans. At the time, Raul Castro was Cuba's defense minister at the time. Now, tensions between Cuba and the U.S. worsened over the past few months. Earlier this week, Cuba's president said any U.S. invasion or military operation would be, quote, a bloodbath. President Trump, however, says that's not happening.
Mr. President, should we expect any escalation here, or should they expect anything? Yes.
No. No, you won't. There won't be escalation.
Well, the rest of that clip, he just goes on to say they're falling apart and all this. But you know what amazes me, Gene? All of these guys talk so tough.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That was my point. It will be a bloodbath.
Yeah. Maduro. Remember Maduro? Trump, you come and get me then. You come and get me. We came and got him. And he's still out on his pajamas.
Marco Rubio wore his sweat.
I know. And they asked Trump about it on Air Force One. They said, "What did you think of Marco Rubio's, get?" He goes, "Oh, you mean his outfit?" Yeah, it was pretty good. He goes.
All right.
Remember Baghdad Bob during the Desert Storm when we went into Baghdad, Iraq?
No.
Every day, this guy was on Iraqi TV saying the blood of the Americans is flowing down the walls of Babylon. You had to hear the bluster out of these guys. Now, meanwhile, the real video showed them all on their knees, giving up and surrendering.
All right. So just a reminder, despite the tough talk, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. Okay, I just don't blame them with the tough talk. But Cuba is in trouble, and Cuba, Venezuela, tough talking people. But you have to remember who's not coming to the rescue. Okay, not apples for apples, but similar. It would be, quite frankly, like if China went into Taiwan right now, and then we're like, doo-doo-doo, I don't see anything going on. You know, there's no help for Cuba. They were an ally.
Now let's talk about this Taiwan thing for a quick second.
All right.
Which is going to be off topic, so I'm throwing Gene a curveball.
All right.
Aside from the chips, right, which are very important, you realize why we cannot ever allow China to freely take Taiwan.
Well, it has to do with the stability, correct, of the whole region.
Expand on that.
Okay. There are other people watching this, and we're not talking about other people, but we're talking about other countries watching it. It's like, hey, we're working with you, but because we're working with you, if anything happens, we have the assurance of the United States might and majesty of the military. Case in point, Saudi Arabia says, yes, we will use your dollar and also we'll buy equipment from you, but now we're allied with you and so forth. If anything happens, we know you got your back. Once the first domino falls for that, all these other countries are like, what are we on our own now?
Well, yes, that's part of it. That is part of it. The other part of it is, look at it from China's point of view. If China is able to take Taiwan, China's not going to stop at Taiwan.
Well,
next thing you know, they'll be eyeballing the Philippines. Next thing you know, they'll be eyeballing something else. And then what is Japan supposed to think?
Right. Yeah, no. It causes a domino effect, really.
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah. So I think the smartest move to make and this is just me talking, but I think the smartest move to make now that Xi has decimated his military, because Xi fired like everybody in the military. Then he fired like a ton of generals, and
right.
so now that the military is weakened, I would think now is the time to sell Taiwan all the military equipment. But I don't want to get ahead of the president.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Dave. We wanted to talk about this yesterday. Doné Clement was here. By the way,
Yep.
Great response to Doné Clement being on our show.
Yes.
We look forward to possibly working with her more in the future here. Okay, Dave. There was two.
That's true.
She was tough. She was very tough. All right, just joking. Okay.
Well, I think Ginger has some Belarusian roots.
All right. Okay, Dave.
It's not weak like Russia.
Okay. All right, Dave. There's two stories that we didn't cover yesterday. We had a great conversation. XRP. We'll talk about that in with
Yes.
the Security Act, and actually the actual.
This is the biggie.
Yeah, this was a biggie, guys. Please let me just hear me out here. When it comes to the Clarity Act, guys, seriously, there was so much bullshit going on with that. Oh, it's doing this.
Language. Put $1 in that jar.
Okay, I will. And once it's happening with this, what ends up happening with it is you have all these people using this as, see, I told you it's going to be this with this or this. We're going to get rid of the dollar. Guys, understand that we will not let you down with this. We will source what it's all about and tell you. So we did an article on that. Dave, could you explain a little bit, and I'll just show you.
Show the video, and then we'll go into it a little bit
Now,
more.
keep in mind, this was a 4-minute video. We just have time for 1 minute. So here we go.
Banking lobby initially fought to kill stablecoins, fearing that if these assets could pay 5 to 10% interest, Americans would abandon traditional savings accounts overnight. The act addresses this with a strict compromise. Passive interest on stablecoins is illegal. Any exchange paying you simply for holding USDC or USDT faces a $5 million Treasury-enforced penalty per violation. This ban on passive yield ensures stablecoins function as utility assets rather than savings accounts. USDC becomes the regulated digital dollar for corporate settlement, while smart contract activities like staking remain the primary way to earn rewards on-chain. Because Bitcoin is a globally recognized non-sovereign store of value, the Clarity Act codifies it as a digital commodity under the exclusive jurisdiction of the CFTC. This legal status allows banks, pension funds, and insurance companies to treat it as a reserve. They can now custody it directly, lend against it, and use it as collateral within the traditional banking system.
Okay, explain. Yeah, okay. Just explain one section of. We have a whole article on it with a video on it. When it comes to these, most people don't know, but our readers know what a stable coin is.
Right. Well, there's more to it than a stablecoin.
Okay.
First of all, you have Bitcoin now is under the full jurisdiction of the CFTC, which is the FTC only for the digital assets. And Bitcoin is now being pushed into the same category as gold, right? So you're going to have central banks, you're going to have other institutions that will hold a certain amount of Bitcoin as assets against whatever is being loaned out, right? So that's Bitcoin. And being that there's only, I think there's only, what, 1 million left? 1 million coins left of Bitcoin, something to that effect. Once they're gone, that's it. It's like there's going to be no more Bitcoin in circulation. So it has a finite cap. All right, so that's big. The other thing is that since the USDC is the US dollar coin, and that is pegged to the US dollar, so that's what's known as a stable coin. That's already being used in transactions for settlements, and it is the digital version of the US dollar. So the stable coins actually strengthen the US dollar. For example, if an exchange like Coinbase keeps on hand a million or however many millions of USDC, they have to have on hand an actual that amount in US dollars to back that up. And that's why it's pegged to the US dollar. And then it's used in all of these transactions. This is big stuff, folks. And then the other thing that's happening with XRP is being used as the transaction linchpin. Let's call it like a linchpin. So there's a transaction, and before it settles, it's actually settled immediately through the use of XRP. So that's what's going to give XRP its big
muscle,
push.
its teeth. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So for everyone listening in, for some reason, and I know the reason, but for some reason, these podcasters are taking the Clarity Act and say, see, I told you they're getting rid of the dollar. They're getting rid of the Federal Reserve.
No.
Right? You guys know this, right? So this is not what it is. Correct?
Correct. As a matter of fact, the Federal Reserve is going to be taking large positions in Bitcoin and stable coins, and will be utilizing XRP within the Fed Now program.
Right. Okay. I remember we wrote about that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it has to do with the settling of it, the funds, I believe that
that's right. To do with. That's correct. That's correct. And that's where XRP will be integrated.
These are the things that we have been telling you for a very long time. Trust me. Believe me, it's very sexy to say, oh my goodness, so overnight we're going to get rid of the Federal Reserve and it's going to be replaced with real money and everything. Guys, again,
Jim, where does this come from? That
real money?
Okay. Wait, what are you going to do? Instead of carrying around a paper dollar, you want to carry around what? A bag of iron ore? You want to carry around a bag of silver coins? Is this what you're going to go shopping with? I mean, you're going to have something. That's how checks, frankly, came into being, is because nobody wanted to transport physical gold. All right. Our dollar right now, the Federal Reserve note, is backed up by the wealth and stability of the United States. That's what backs our dollar. It's not backed by nothing. That's crazy talk.
Listen,
You think these other countries are buying the US dollar to have it in hand and all of that? And France, Germany, our enemies, even the Middle Eastern countries. This is what we had to do for the UAE because they were hurting for dollars. They needed dollars. So we had to set up with the Treasury a default swap line so they could swap out US Treasuries for dollars. Do you think that's happening because for some mystical reason that we just tell countries to do this?
And the general public, we're not talking far-right MAGA. The general public understands this stuff. What they understand is that when they spend money with a dollar, that they have a dollar. But what ends up happening, so that the general other podcasters per se that are not MAGA don't have to explain this thing. We're like the only ones explaining it because it's our guys that have been psyoped into this to get the dollar, demean the dollar. And we're the only ones explaining it.
Right. Now, Trish has a valid question here. Will it still be called the Federal Reserve, or is it going to be merged into the Treasury? Currently, right now, before the reforms that Kevin Walsh is going to bring in, the Federal Reserve works hand in glove with the Treasury Department. In other words, the Federal Reserve is not on its own pushing additional dollars into the marketplace or withdrawing them. That's all directed by the U.S. Treasury. The purpose of a central bank, the purpose of the Federal Reserve, is that it's autonomous and it's able to transcend administrations. So what that means is from one administration to the next, this nation has monetary stability. That is something that is foreign to 90% of the countries out there.
Yeah,
That doesn't happen. The United States has that.
We talked about it before. Would you take the Zimbabwe ZiG that is gold-backed dollars?
And it's backed by gold.
Backed by gold. You don't, because you're like, wait a minute. If I exchange all of my United States dollar for the Zimbabwe ZiG, and it's a piece of paper that claims, okay, fine, whatever, that is backed by gold, what if the next administration goes in there and raids the gold out of it? Then what is it backed by? It's just a piece of paper. So there's that's why no one uses it, because they don't trust the people behind it.
That's right. They don't trust the government and the nation behind it. That's right. Right. That's why.
Okay. Dave, before we go on to the next one,
hold on. We got another good fun question here.
Okay.
All right, Nancy De Blasi. What is that? Biazzo?
You're Italian, Dave.
Yeah, the Biazzo. Okay. All right. Thought the Federal Reserve money went under the cabal. First of all, what you have to realize is this: there are the idea of a global cabal is a very simple explanation for very complex problems and situations. We have 100. How many nations right now on Earth? 180, 177, something like that. 177 nations. They all have leaders. They all have banking issues. They all have tribal warring factions within them and everything else. These are complicated issues that arise on a daily basis. Okay. So the Federal Reserve is not the idea that the Federal Reserve is run by some cabal. That is pure science fiction. That is not the truth. And what Gene and I are putting forward here is the truth, and it's verifiable. You can search all you want for this. You could do all sorts of research, and the only places that you're going to find that speak against the Federal Reserve and Jekyll Island and all of that are in like far right propaganda pieces. That's it.
Okay. Most people that talk about this, because no one really understands it, and when people don't understand it, it becomes very spooky. It really does.
Yes.
So what is happening is what we're doing is like saying, here's the Federal Reserve. That guy is in charge as chairman. Trump doesn't like him, so Trump didn't reappoint him. He appointed someone else. But then there's also governors who make decisions. These are real people that you could go there, wait outside the Federal Reserve and wait for them and speak with them, talk with them. But because no one ever talks about the structure, how it really works, it's very easy to make it the boogeyman.
Right.
And this is not what's happening. And you have to, one more point, you have to remember, we know this because Trump uses the dollar to whip all these other countries in line. Right. Because how are they going to, when they get cut off the dollar, they can't trade with other countries, because what are they going to trade for? They're going to trade with the Chinese dollar where they manipulate the money or whatever. They're like, well, that's great, but I don't trust your money. You're going to trade with the Iraqi dinar or whatever it is. We don't even know if the same government's going to be in charge.
Right.
So you don't know at all.
Right.
So that's
and the other thing is you don't have to. I mean, it's your right to not believe what we're saying, but rest assured and stick with it, because what we're saying in the long run that'll be what's real.
Right.
Now, the other people are going to continue to spin yarns. Oh, look what happened. The cabal stopped it. This happened, that happened.
There are some people out there that say, Gene and Dave and George Magazine, they're part of the globalists because they're talking about this stuff. This is the truth. Now, you notice they don't really say that anymore, because now we're calling them out. It's like, if they say that, hold their feet to the fire, because that's not what Trump is saying.
Right.
Trump, 2 years ago, we went to battle. We said Trump is going to go to battle with the BRICS, because if you understand international trade, They don't like the dollar because it makes Trump stronger. So they try to make the BRICS dollar. Brazil, Russia, Iran, and then China, and one more. Was it Iran?
Yeah, Iran was part of it. Pakistan.
Right. They tried to make their own. Trump said, no way. He fought that, and they gave up. They said, okay, I guess we're not going to do that.
Well, and the other reason is this, is that of course, the big boy on the block is China within BRICS, and China wanted to make the yuan the reserve currency of BRICS. Okay? So the idea originated as like a basket of different currencies and so on. And China was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then, of course, the Chinese government is a currency manipulator to make their own goods cheaper for export. So the whole thing just kind of, fell apart.
Guys, just watch that group. Notice they don't talk too much about it.
That's right, William. South Africa. That's true.
Notice they don't talk much about it anymore because now we're here talking about it. And it's like, wait a minute, who's right? Is Gene and George Magazine, Dave, are they the ones wrong, or are they the wrong? Pete, you can tell it. Just look at what Trump is doing. You think Trump wants that? Okay. I got to move on here really quick. Right. There's too much. All right. Please, guys, if you haven't already, oh my goodness, I just ordered mine today. By the way, Dave, I thought that one was yellow. It's not yellow.
No, it's gold.
All right. So I just got mine today.
Listen, we have like 12 different colors. 12 different colors. We got all the sizes because a lot of people like the t-shirts to be nice and loose and comfy. So we have all the different sizes and everything. And it's just fantastic. It's very patriotic and commemorates America's 250th, along with a nice little tagline on the bottom.
Yep. You got to see it. All right, Dave, let me do the debut video that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Right now. Guys, watch this. Not quite 2 minutes, but you're going to love this. And it's spooky dooky. Here we go. All right, everyone. Today I'm going to do the unboxing of the Ethereum Realm Final Judgment map. I'll get going here. By the way, it's bigger than I realized here. So I'm going to cut it open. Absolutely beautiful. And I'll also show you the first thing to look for. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, let me unwrap the plastic and then we'll go throughout first. Spooky dooky. You're gonna love it though. All right, here it is. Right side up. Okay, you can see it right here. Okay, now let's check it out. The Ethereum Realm. First of all, it's very big. But what to look for first? Now, keep in mind, all of this came out after the map was published. Okay? Here we go. The first one for you, and it is spooky dooky. Look right here in Asia. In Asia, you'll notice out of the whole map, fire there. Asia, after the map came out, had record heat in Asia. But that's not the only thing. What in the world, if it's this, why is there water here? Because in Asia, they had record flooding in Asia during the same time. And you'll see that big mouth here, Godzilla, because they call it the Godzilla El Nino. So there you have it. Here's the map, Final Judgment. By the way, much to fear, unless you're a believer in the Lord.
Okay. You know, Gene, how is the definition on it?
Listen. Okay, you saw my my initial reaction to it. I'll be honest, because I was like, I panic every single time. It's like, is the definition going to be great? It's like perfect with it. It's like it's not overly crisp, but it's not supposed to be. But it's like when you see it that big, it looks beautiful. It's absolutely
everything is clear. Everything is clear. Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things that was the first thing I was like, okay. And that was real time because you saw me cut it up. I don't have another one. So anyway,
yeah, the DPI, I think we did 600 DPI on that.
yeah.
So
yeah.
it's, to make it for the size, and it was pretty
Okay,
good.
Dave, we got time for one more. Do you want to do the AI one or you want to do the Panda one? It's up to you.
Let's just touch on the, we'll have time for the Panda.
Okay. Okay, you want to do the touch on the
Just
AI?
do the AI because I just wanted to talk about this for a second. All right. So Meta AI launches private incognito chat.
Okay.
Now, of course, the reason that Facebook Meta, I don't know why they changed the name to Meta, is doing this is because there's a lot of privacy conscious people. Okay. Now, okay. How can I say this so I don't offend all the privacy conscious people? Being conscious of your privacy, of your online privacy, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But just realize all of these, secretive emails, Proton Mail, and then you got the special browsers and all of this. These things are all very easy ways for the government, for the FBI to locate you if need be. That you're not blending in, right? And that's the way. That's the way. If you really want privacy, is how you have it online. You blend into the multitude. So segmenting yourself off into a private chat, and I'm only on Signal chat, only Signal chat because they can't read my chats, and all of these softwares have some kind of a back door. So don't be misled by any of it. Go ahead, Gene.
Now, at the same time, though, let's say you're sharing your social security number with your mom or something. I mean, some of these things do have their purposes, correct? With these privacies.
Well, if you're sharing your social security, if you do a regular, messaging on your phone, that's encrypted, right? If even now on Android, the messaging app is encrypted. If you're sending it to your mother and she has an Android with Google Messages or an Apple phone, whatever, that's going to be encrypted end to end. In other words, the middleman can't read that.
Okay. All right.
So that's a different kind of privacy. What I'm talking about is this. Hold on a minute. Dylan brings up something interesting. Okay, the Brave browser blocks YouTube ads. It does, but so does uBlock Origin on Firefox or Chrome and Edge. You can get the uBlock Mini, I think it is now, that they have on Chrome and Edge, but the uBlock Origin is still on Firefox. The point is the Brave browser also does a whole lot of other things where Firefox is kind of like a normal browser, but you can make it as private as you want. The other thing is, look, if you have a feed of stories, news stories, or whatever it is that obviously always includes some ads, why wouldn't you want those ads to be of products that you're interested in? Right? Do you always want to see something like you have no interest in? I guess you could block ads altogether, but what does that do? All I'm saying is the right way to do this. Look, if you're online searching for like gay midgets or gay naked midgets or something like that, and you want to be private, that's one thing, right? But the only way to be truly private is to blend into the masses. Like, I'll never forget the story. I think I told you the story, Gene. The guy buys he's some kind of a criminal, and he buys a burner phone, right? So he goes into a local bodega and pays $30, and he gets a burner phone. What does he do with the burner phone? He goes home, goes to his place of residence that has his name on it, and he initiates the burner phone. He turns it on, gets it connected, and everything else. So guess what? Now, if anyone wants that number or finds that number, they can instantly know who owns that phone. So the right way to have done it, and I'm not promoting this, but you would get the burner phone, and maybe you go to Grand Central Station at rush hour, or Penn Station at rush hour, where there's hundreds of thousands of people, and you sit in the middle of the place, and that's where you initiate it from.
I'm not saying. Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Dave, we got one more to do. We wanted to do this since yesterday. Panda Express workers call police over MAGA hat. Customer says, Dave,
Right.
We got to watch this video just because
Yes.
it's too much. Here we go. Just a minute here, guys.
No, you're just staring at me. I gave you a thumbs up. You appreciate it? No? You like it? Oh, no, I was on my way out. I was just giving him a thumbs up. We can leave. I'll leave. We will. Thanks. I appreciate you guys. You guys are very sweet and nice. You're very nice. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's the chefs that seem very angry. Yeah.
You're good. We're good.
Okay.
It's not that serious. It's a public sidewalk. We don't have to leave.
I didn't know.
Just call out a name. You can go. Just leave. We can stay here. Yeah, that's it. We left.
Yeah, no, I was in there and they were like staring at me and he wouldn't say anything. I just gave him a thumbs up and then you guys need to leave. I was like, all right, I'll leave. So I walk outside, I'm still recording, and then she starts calling the police on me.
Yeah, Danny, what the cops do, and did they ever tell you like why they were so offended by a Make America Great Again hat, which have been around now for more than 10 years?
Man, the cops showed up. They were great, but they didn't tell us why the hat offended them. No.
You gonna go back to that Panda Express?
We might.
All right. I don't know.
Wait. All right. I know everybody's going to say, oh, look, they're discriminating against the guys in the MAGA hat. Really? You go into a Panda Express, these people are in the kitchen, they're trying to cook and everything. You got your cameras probably on one of those, what do they call them? The boondog? What do they call the thing that holds the camera so it doesn't jiggle around? Gimbals. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So they got the gimbal, they got the camera going and all of this stuff, filming people that are just trying to get through the day and being just why?
Guys, I don't know if you guys know this. My dad worked 35 years with the Burger King Corporation as an assistant manager. He worked very hard. He's retired right now, but oh my goodness, guys, these people are just going there to go to work. And you guys got to make them into a viral video. I'll be honest, I don't think that. I like to hear their side of the story, but to turn it into something else over people, and these people like, oh, I have the right to film there. Guys, they're just working,
Right. I mean, it's like anything else. Suppose you look out your front window and somebody's filming your house. And they go, well, it's the street. It's a public street. I have a right to film. But still, it's weird.
Yeah. No, there's a whole
this kind of stuff.
I'm telling you, it just sucks because you watch one and you watch it and they show up on my feed, but on my TikTok, it's filled with these people. They're called auditors, where they just go into a place where they know they're going to cause trouble, like a police station, and then they say, well, why are you filming? And then they go, none of your business. Get back inside. Just to film it. Right. Quite frankly, just to cause trouble. And I get it. It's like, oh, you're right. Guys, do you like that? Even though it's legal, do you like going to the bank after you make a deposit or something, and then someone's filming you? They might have the right to.
That's right. Someone's filming you at the bank, bringing your deposit slip in.
These guys here are working at Panda Express. Quite frankly, I like Panda Express. I really don't think the issue was that they were people that were wearing MAGA hats, so they got all upset. I really don't. Anyway.
No.
All right.
No, this was because they walked in like a couple of jackasses with the hat, not only the hats, but it's the cameras. Nobody wants to be. you know, you're there, you're sweating, you look like garbage. You're just trying to serve people their food and everything. And here come these clowns with the cameras because they got to get content out today for their YouTube channel.
Right. All right. Guys, thank you so much. One of the things I want to tell you, and I speak on behalf of Dave, we really do enjoy doing this show, and we enjoy the people that come and watch us.
Oh, yeah.
We really do.
Even the good, and even the good questions. We might not always agree, but this is we have to have dialogue. It can't be like, well, you think a certain way, so you're evil, and therefore you're evil and you don't deserve to live. I mean, that's where our political bantering has gotten to. It's nuts. We have to have conversations and dialogue, and you know.
All right. Tomorrow, if you're new watching here, would like to see your pets, make sure you send them to info@georgemagazine.com. Make sure in the subject line, very important, you put
Subscriber Friday.
Yeah, Subscriber Friday. Picture of your pet, the name of your pet, and your name, of course, and we'd like to show it off tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much. Oh, one thing I want to tell you, on Monday, there's no show because it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, Monday's Memorial Day.
Okay.
Begins the summer.
Thank you so much.
Summer yesterday, and then today it gets cool.
Guys, don't forget two things. Please make sure you get your T-shirts. We might even do, guys, there's a lot coming. We might even do a special thing with that. But that, and also get your map if you have it there. Okay. Anything else, Dave? I'm going to let everyone go.
No, that's it. Just realize that a lot of this political talk that the podcasters and the people on Telegram try and get you all worked up about, it's not paying your rent. It's not putting food on your table. It doesn't help you with your job. It's entertaining. It's interesting to think this, that, or the other. But
yeah,
we have to stay grounded.
Guys, I mean, really quick, we've been doing that with the AI. It's all over the news, but we're the ones actually telling you and teaching you how it could be valuable. And it's more like a chatbot. It's like how to use it into your life.
Right. Right. That'll be valuable for you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.